Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do some liquid text, and let's get straight into it. So we're going to create a new composition, and we can just leave it at the HD TV 1080 1920 by 1080, and let's change this actually to 30 frames, and let's click OK. Now go to your text tool at the top and let's type in liquid. Alright, I'm going to double click and select all, Control Alt Home, and what that is going to do is basically center the anchor point in the middle, so we can now align our text horizontally and vertically, and it will be right in the middle. Okay, so now let's go up to our rectangle tool. Click your rectangle tool, make sure your text is not selected, and we're going to draw a box that just about covers the entire liquid. Alright, just like that. Okay, and same thing with this, Control Alt Home, align to middle, vertically, horizontally. Okay, now we're going to go to our effects and presets and type in Turbulent Displace. Turbulent Displace, as you can see. Let's drag that onto our shape layer. Alright, so we got this wavy looking effect, and I guess that's the turbulence. So we're gonna go ahead and up the amount just a little bit, or let's leave it, yeah. And so these are the size of the waves. So very small waves, very big waves. I'm going to go sort of midway. Okay, so complexity. All right, and that's really all we want to do for that. So okay, so now let's move our playhead to about 2 seconds. Okay, now you want to click your shape layer and you want to click P for position, and click the stopwatch. So keyframe it, move it back to the beginning, and then you want to drag the Y value down so the liquid moves right underneath the text. Okay, perfect. So we have our liquid. Now we want to make the liquid move a little livelier, so we want to look like some real water. So let's hold Alt, and you want to click on the evolution stopwatch. Hold Alt, click, and as we can see, we have an expression box right below, and all we're going to type in is time multiplied by 100. And you can go in later and change the value to 200, 300, whatever you want, but for this I'm just going to show you 100. So let's look at it, and now it moves. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the shape layer, change the color to a darker blue because we want it to fade to lighter. Alright, so we're going to create 2 more layers. So Control D twice, 1, 2, and let's offset them by 10 frames. So you want to click page down 10 times, 1, 2. If you hold shift and move this, it will actually snap it to it. Just a quick tip. Okay, so perfect. Now we're gonna move it to where we can see all of them, and let's change the second layer of the color. Let's make it a lighter blue. And let's do that to this one as well. Alright, so now we got them looking different. Let's make them look a little more different. Let's change the turbulent displace and the complexity as well. So, but you really want the offsetting is what makes it look really nice. So we're gonna offset that. So we're gonna select all of our layers, click on the top layer, hold shift, and click the last layer, and click U. Now that brings up all the keyframes you have. So we're gonna select the last keyframe of all these layers, and you wanna click F9. So that's gonna easy ease our keyframes. And let's click this graph editor right here. And this should show up. If this doesn't show up, you can click on this right next to that eye and click edit speed graph, and this will pop up. So let's select these last three once again, and let's move them over some. Basically that just makes it smooth. So as you can see, it's fast in the beginning and then it smooths out. So we can pull it over a little bit more. You can do it to your taste. Yeah, I like that. So, all right. And this is a very short tutorial, so there's not that much left. We're gonna click this top layer and go down to our last layer, select all of them, right click, pre-compose, name this waves. Okay, now we have our waves. We want the waves to be inside the words, so it looks like there's waves in the letters. So let's move the waves underneath the liquid, and we're going to a track mat. If you don't see your track mat, you click this here and you'll see the options. Alright, so click on alpha matte liquid and it's gonna disappear, but if you press play, it now pops up in your liquid. And we're gonna add a background, so let's do a dark blue, a deep dark blue, and let's drag that underneath everything else. And that looks very good. That looks very good. You can stop there if you want, but I'm gonna add this other part where you do the bubbles. So I'll show you how to add bubbles in it and make it look a little more realistic. So right click, new, solid, and let's make this the color that we would like our bubbles. So I want mine's like white, kind of blue, and that's good with me. So click OK, and let's click on the liquid, control, and click the waves. Right click, pre-compose, text, waves. Alright, so now Control D, duplicate, bring that over this. Okay, so we're going to go to our effects and preset and click CC bubbles. Alright, drag that over to our medium, light color solid, and we have some bubbles here. You can leave them like this as well, but we want to make them inside the liquid, so we can go ahead and click our track mat and alpha matte text waves. So that's why you had to duplicate it, because if you have this not here, all you have is the bubbles. So we have this here and we have the bubbles there as well. Okay, so we're gonna adjust our bubbles a little bit, but that's just about it for this one. Let's make some more bubbles, and let's make the bubbles smaller. I'm gonna add a few more bubbles, and if you change the reflection type, not the reflection but the shading to lighten, they're a little better looking bubbles in my opinion. So there you have it. Alright, so that is all, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Peace.
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's never end. You can't touch my riches.